The 2026 Palm Beach auction at the South Florida Fairgrounds delivered a high-energy showcase of world-class collector cars.
Yeah, but let's take a look at these top 10 high-selling vehicles presented by CRC Industries at the world's greatest collector car auctions.
And coming in at number 10 is one of my favorites, a 1970 Dodge Hemi Challenger RT.
Yeah, it's powered by its matching numbers 426 Hemi V8 paired with a 4-speed manual transmission finished in that famous color, Craig, Hemi orange with black vinyl roof, full restoration with all NOS parts.
Yeah, I love that car, pistol grip shifter in it. It was the epitome of a muscle car in 1970.
You need to add one to your collection.
I have one. Triple black, bought it from the original owner. It was my second collector car, muscle car I ever bought.
Are you ever going to sell it?
I doubt it. I've built a lot of other ones around it. So, you know, it's rare you go pull one out of a barn, you buy it from the original owner. And the first two muscle cars I bought from the original owners.
Never sell it.
Never sell it.
And if you order it with the Hemi, you might as well order it in the right color. This is Hemi Orange, so the color to match the engine. $230,000 the current bid for numbers matching 426 Hemi. Thinks that people should be raising their hands.
Also new for 1970 with the rally wheels and inside the pistol grip 4-speed transmission. And the rally is also new for 1970. RT standing for road and track. In other words, ideal for either road or track. That's the idea of the marketing spin anyway. The fender tag is present and accounted for with all the things A34 and all that good stuff right there. It's there. It's not a reproduction. And the mighty, the street Hemi, the elephant.
All right, look at the bidders. We have a bidder on the floor. We have a bidder on the block who's talking to someone who's the actual bidder on the phone. And then we have two phone bidders who've set it up through Barrett-Jackson. So right now we have 4 bidders in the mix for this Hemi Challenger.
Now the interesting thing on this car, it does not have the tail stripe, which was an option, nor does it have the side stripe. Rather, it has no stripes. It does have rub strips on its sides, which was certainly an option, but unusual to not see the tail stripe on an RT anything, but it's not shown here.
And this Challenger, it is restored totally Concours correct. All the right factory markings, the right Goodyear polygrass wheels, and sold.
Well, we had people all over the country bidding by telephone, but at the end of the day, that gentleman right there, sitting in row number 2, came away the winner for that really awesome 1970 Dodge Hemi Challenger RT.
And coming in at number 9 is a Ferrari 308 GTS Targa. Now this is the Magnum PI car.
Yeah, it's powered by a 2.9-liter mid-engine V8 and gated manual transmission. Now, this car was actually used in the Magnum PI TV series pilot and early season 1 filming. It is the real deal. Craig, do you remember the show?
I remember the show very well. I also remember the bidding on this car. 5 phone bidders plus the action in the arena. But yeah, I remember Magnum PI, Miami Vice, all those great shows that had cars and boats. And this, I love the 2 Dobermans too, because I had 2 Dobermans back at that time.
Yeah, but did you have the Tom Selleck mustache?
No, I couldn't sport it. My brother sported the stash, not me.
One of those just amazing shows of the 80s. And look at the bid. We're already about to $200,000.
Well, I'll tell you what, they've actually had to add phone lines, so they have the extra phone bidders. Look at them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 phone bidders in addition to the people bidding here in the room. So people around the world knew this car was happening, knew it was going to sell. Now, do you remember the Tom Cruise Porsche 928 from Risky Business? In many ways, this car is even more iconic. How many times have we seen the 308 sell and talk about, oh, this is like the one Thomas Magnum drove. But this is the car from the first season.
And it's believed to be the one used in the opening credits, doing that burnout stunt for every single episode. So it is a pretty significant car. There were several 308s used in the show, but this one used very early in the seasons. And this is a pretty cool car in itself. Carbureted V8 engine, gated manual transmission, Rosa Corsa red. They never used replicas like they did in Miami Vice. This was always the real deal in Magnum PI.
Yeah, and as you mentioned earlier, you know, the great scene at the beginning of the show when he peels out from the grass and goes onto the roadway, $260,000 the current bid, making this right now the #1 sale of the day.
Little known fact, the first couple of years of the 308 bodies were made of fiberglass before they went to steel in 1977, I believe. This is not fiberglass, this is an actual steel 308.
All those phone bidders involved, but that young lady right there working with the one who seems to be the lead bidder, and we've still got somebody on the floor who's interested in it.
So if this were a normal Ferrari 308 without the Magnum PI provenance, it might be a six-figure car, just barely, but we are triple that just to say you have the one Tom Selleck drove in the first season of Magnum PI. This is so cool.
When we talk about, you know, celebrity provenance, what does it add? Well, this adds that great pop culture. If you grew up in the 80s, you knew who Tom Selleck was in Magnum PI, and you knew this car.
Not only that, but you probably tried to grow the mustache. Pretty much everybody in the 80s went for that Tom Selleck look.
Yeah, this isn't about the performance of this car. This is about the performance of this car on television. Remember, what did it run for, like 8 seasons or something like that, from the early 80s all the way through like 89 or something?
You say that, but these earlier carbureted cars were better performance than the later fuel injected.
$345,000 for the 1979 Ferrari 308 GTS that was used in Magnum PI. And that gentleman right there beat out all those phone bidders to come away with the star car.
Coming in at number 8, we will start the run of Porsches here. It's a 2024 Porsche 911 GT3 RS Weissach package.
Now this one's powered by a 4-liter flat-6 engine, getting you 518 horsepower with that paddle-shifted 7-speed PDK dual-clutch automatic transmission with rear-wheel drive. Now it also has Porsche carbon ceramic brakes, carbon bucket seats, and front axle lift finished in Arctic gray with blue wheels. This one is pretty sweet.
It was.
With the blue center lock wheels, you still see that carbon fiber hood with the sticker on it. And this one is, again, the Weissach package with the light and carbon fiber roof, the big wing. They chose to delete the logos here down the side on this one, but this is the big Weissach wing. And look at the active aerodynamics here. There's a little hydraulic ram. When you hit the brakes, this thing deploys and gives you kind of like an air flap, like an aircraft coming in for a landing. Just incredible technology here.
More of that is up front. It has automatic lowering suspension to protect the delicate chin spoiler here so that we get snubbed on a curb. This one is up, but it comes down about a ½ an inch or so for normal ride height on the highway.
This one's the highest mileage of the three, 12,000 miles on this one, but again, it looks like something that probably got a PPF, a paint protection film, from new to protect it from rock chips and any debris that's on the track. It's pretty much something you have to do from day one on these things to keep them preserved and nice. 518 horsepower with a PDK transmission. Bidding still very active.
Yeah, the color on the outside, Arctic gray, and look at the wheels. I mean, even the wheels have a special finish. Satin indigo blue, forged lightweight magnesium wheels. $350,000 for that 2024 Porsche 911 GT3 RS Weissach edition, and those folks up in the skybox are really happy to come away with a really, really cool car.
Coming in at number 7, another Porsche 2025 911 GT3 RS Weissach.
Yep, this one has the 4.0 liter naturally aspirated flat six rated at 518 horsepower and 342 pound-feet of torque with that 7-speed PDK automatic transmission and rear-wheel drive. Now it's got the Weissach RS package and carbon fiber components, finished in Barrett-Jackson colors, black with red wheels, and just shy of 8,000 miles on the odometer.
Carbon fiber hood there, and the Porsche logo is just a sticker, just to save weight. The aerodynamics on this thing pretty wild. The red wheels, I like that nice touch with the center lock, quick removable wheels. If you're going to take this thing to the track, I want to change the tires quickly. But this thing is really incredible performance.
And Tyler, this is not turbocharged, correct?
No, it is a Metzger engine and flat six like all Porsches, but they did not need to turbocharge it to produce a pretty incredible horsepower on this thing. 518 horsepower out of the 4-liter engine.
What's amazing to me is the evolution of the 911 body. You think about when it first came out in 1963 with those much taller, more upright fenders, and now where it's evolved to, and look at this, at $350,000, it is the #1 sale so far today. Of course, we still have a few others to cross the block that could bump it off, but this is big bucks.
And this is well north of its MSRP, as we'll see in a theme with all of these special edition Porsches, because you can't just walk into the showroom and buy one. You have to be on a special list to get one, and then it's an instant return on investment if you wanted to move it along. This one, we're probably getting close to $100,000 over its MSRP, maybe?
Let's get 7,837 miles showing, so it's had some use. Very careful use. I see no dings or scratches.
Well, this Weissach package is all about lightening it, as you were mentioning, Tyler. Every single thing you can do, the carbon fiber to make it lighter. Taking that hood ornament and taking it off and making it just an emblem. Well, there you have it, $365,000.
And coming in at number 6, a 2024 Porsche 911 GT3 RS Weissach.
Yeah, we got another one. This one with the 4.0 liter flat six rated at 518 horsepower as well, paired with that 7-speed PDK automatic transmission and rear wheel drive. Is equipped with the Weissach package, finished in paint to sample mint green, and only 5,200 miles on the odometer. Love that paint color.
It was
the only one in existence.
But still the Weissach package, which focused on lightning and track performance with the big wing on the back. Similar options to what we saw, other than this wild color.
Yeah, the paint to sample program for a regular Porsche is going to cost you about $11,000 or $12,000. You could go the paint to sample plus, which is going to cost you another $22,000 to $24,000. But look at the number on this one. This is now the #1 sale of the day. We're over $400,000, and we're still climbing.
In the Porsche world, rarity like this, a paint to sample, makes the values just explode. Unbelievable. And this one optioned with back seats as well, along with the very thin and lightweight carbon fiber buckets, and a suede or Alcantara dash. Carbon fiber everywhere, including the roof. And this is well north of its original MSRP. Incredible.
Well, it just boils down to where you're going to find it, right? I mean, where are you going to go out and find one of these that's listed for sale? They're pretty rare. They don't come up for sale very often. And it's pretty amazing to think that we've had 2 of them here at Barrett-Jackson. Earlier, we saw 2025 sell for $365, and now we're at $450, $455. Internet bidders, bidders in the skybox. Away it goes, $450,000 for a 2024 Porsche 911 GT3 RS Weissach edition, that custom color. And we've got a new top seller here in Palm Beach.
Coming in at number 5, a 2024 Porsche 911 ST. This is a special car, April.
It sure is. It's one of 1,963 produced for the first year 911 was made, and it has that sweet vintage look. It's powered by a 4-liter flat-six engine rated at 518 horsepower, same as the GT3 cars earlier, but paired with a 6-speed manual transmission and rear-wheel drive. It features front axle lift, magnesium wheels, and carbon ceramic brakes. Craig, just 45 actual miles. It hasn't been driven much.
Hasn't been. It's a very special car. You know, Porsche, I love bringing back the 3 pedals, the stick. This is a special car.
That vintage analog driving experience with the manual transmission. This is a hot car, and it only has 45 actual miles on the odometer. Look at the interior here, sort of that heritage look. You can see the gold 911 logo, and that 6-speed manual transmission, much coveted.
I'll tell you what, the Porsche market is on fire today here at Barrett-Jackson. This immediately shot to $500,000. Right now it's bid at $570,000. As you mentioned, you know, this is the 60th anniversary edition for the Porsche 911, and they only made 1,963 of these.
So on those GT3 RSs, there's a giant wing. They've replaced all of that and just make it all flush. And this is sort of a vintage-style mesh grille, once again with that gold 911 ST badging to make it look vintage. Kind of Arctic white wheels that are beautiful, but that center lock style that we saw on the GT3s. Carbon fiber buckets as well. $580,000 the current bid. Well north of $500,000, and I think well north of its original MSRP.
And this one makes its 518 horsepower the old-fashioned way. No turbos here. All natural as with good engineering in the intake and exhaust tracks, cam timing. All that makes 518 horsepower without a turbo.
Well, you know what I really appreciate on this Porsche is almost the subtlety of the design, because those other ones, like you said, they've got the big wing hanging off the back. You know, they're bragging a lot. This one is saying, I have everything. I have the performance. I am one of the lightest 992 generation Porsches ever made. And I go fast, and I don't have to brag about
it. Less is more.
I agree, and Porsche purists, they love that analog manual transmission, and it's pretty rare nowadays when they use their GT engine with the manual transmission. Last time, the 911R, that's a big collectible.
$605,000, and guess what? That is just barely breaking into our top 5 of the day.
Coming in at number 4 is a 2021 Mercedes-Benz AMG GT. This is a Black Series Project 1 edition, and it was a beauty.
It sure is. It's one of 40 produced. It's powered by a 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 engine with 7-speed dual-clutch transmission and rear-wheel drive. Now, it has the exclusive P1 graphics, giving that wild-looking Black Series an even wilder look.
And speaking of rare, this is one of the rarest Mercedes built in recent memory. Already rocketed to our top seller at over $500,000. Just 40 of these built, and the bidding continuing. Flat plane crank twin turbo, and these were built as sort of the F1 safety car look with the Black Series, the extra aero kit. The P1 edition got these special graphics, and this was built sort of as a consolation to sort of a pacifier for AMG Project 1 orders that were delayed. And they said, hey, we can give you this car as you wait. Only 40 people took delivery. Less than about a third of those came to the United States, and now we're at $650,000, our top seller.
One of 24 delivered to the United States.
Yeah, I tell you what, this is absolutely crazy. I mean, you know, this is really the top of the lineup, you know, between 21 and 23, and the fact that it's got 720 horsepower coming out of this thing. Wow, $700,000.
Thank you, Mr. John Staluppi.
We have a new top seller here at Barrett-Jackson on Super Saturday. This 2021 Mercedes-Benz AMG GT Black Series Project 1 Edition. Boy, what a car, what a price, $700,000. Once again, you can't buy that anyplace. You're going to only be able to pick it up here at Barrett-Jackson. Hard to find these things.
Coming in at number 3 is a 2020 Ferrari 488 Pista.
Oh yeah, she's powered by a 3.9-liter twin-turbo V8 with 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission and equipped with an AFS system, a suspension lifter, carbon fiber exterior components throughout, 20-inch forged rims, and black ceramic exhaust pipes. Now, Pista is the Italian word for track, and this is track-focused and optioned with tons of carbon fiber throughout.
It was a really special car.
Now, I do have to say, this is one of the 3 cars that we've seen here at Barrett-Jackson this week that does have a reserve. We'll hopefully find out and let you know when the reserve has been lifted. But the first 2 cars that sold with reserves were sent to new owners, the Pagani and the other Ferrari SF90. So we'll let you know as soon as we have the details on this one.
The Pista also got a pretty significant horsepower bump to around 710 horsepower, about 50 more than the base 488, and $740,000 will it sell.
And the reserve has been lifted, so this car will sell. And as you can see, we've got a phone bidder involved as well as someone in the room.
Try 745.
So right now, this is the 4th highest seller of the day.
With a Pista, there's more aggressive front end here. You can see the exposed carbon fiber, and once again, the air is channeled through here. The racing stripes are sort of the guide of where the air goes for the extra downforce on the front wheels, going up and over and all the way through the back. So you look at a normal 488, this is a lot more aggressive looking.
Yeah, it's also got Ferrari's side slip control system, helps the drivers manage friction and traction oversteer while still making it pretty fun on the track.
735.
Got an internet bidder, we got a phone bidder.
We got 735 on the floor. It'll be 740.
And 740,000 now. And 740,000 now. If you want to do business, this is the time. I had to get down 745. I had 740. I get 735.
Glass to expose the twin-turbo V8. You can see the turbo sort of mounted back on either side. The engine is very low on this thing, low center of gravity.
And part of that recipe is the fact it has a twin clutch unit in the clutch right there. So the idea that the smaller diameter clutches can handle as much torque, but smaller diameter has a lower engine height, which allows a lower profile, which you mentioned.
He wants it. Go ahead, Dale. I had to get down 745. And I know he wants it. And 745. And 7. I can tell his eyes now. 50. And 750. And 750.
We've got bidders in the skybox. I believe that's Rick Hendrick right there. We've got an internet bidder, a phone bidder. Who wants to come away with this 2020 Ferrari 488 Pista? Away it goes. The internet comes away the winner. $745,000 for a 2020 Ferrari 488 Pista, that 3.9-liter engine. All that performance, so much lighter than a regular 488. It is a true track machine.
Coming in at number 2 is a 2025 Ferrari SF90 XX.
This one's powered by a twin-turbo 4-liter V8 and hybrid system, getting over 1,000 horsepower. 8-speed F1 dual-clutch automatic transmission, Nero Alcantara interior, carbon fiber trim, and racing seats with only 196 actual miles. Give me the keys, Craig. I need to put more miles on it.
As much race car tech as they could put in to still make it street legal. So totally reimagined aerodynamics. Starting here with the front, the air is channeled in through here, through the hood, and out the top for greater downforce. Already at $1 million on this thing. Bigger wing to reminiscent of the racing cars, extra venting, carbon fiber wheels, carbon ceramic brakes, and amazing performance.
Now, this is one of 3 cars selling here at Barrett-Jackson on Super Saturday that has a reserve. We don't know what the reserve is. The folks bidding don't know. Only the consignor at Barrett-Jackson knows. When they get close to it, sometimes there's wheeling and dealing that happens. Right now, we're bid to $1.5 million. And as far as we know, the reserve has yet to be lifted.
Going to talk performance, 0 to 60 on this one, 2 seconds flat. That is the new warp barrier for hypercars, is 2 seconds, and this thing does it.
I tell you what, if you've ever been in a car that's doing 0 to 60 in more than 3 seconds, it will literally make your head spin. It takes a moment for the blood in your head to catch up to it.
This is 1,015 combined horsepower with the gas and electric systems combined. That's a bunch of power. All-wheel drive, that's how it goes over 60 in 2 seconds.
Yeah, no way could a two-wheel drive hook up and get that kind of performance. Beautiful yellow Alcantara accented interior. You can see the paddle shift transmission. And this is the race car, so it does have an emergency fire extinguisher. That would have been factory, and it's lightened quite a bit.
Well, they are saying it's sold. Apparently the reserve was lifted. $1.7 million for that 2025 SF90X Extra Dolly. An amazing car, as Tyler said, basically a race car that is street legal.
Coming in at number one of my favorite cars, a 2016 Pagani Huayra.
Yeah, this one is a work of art. It's powered by a twin turbocharged 6-liter V12 paired with a 7-speed sequential manual transmission, beautiful titanium exhaust, and active aerodynamics. Craig, one of only 100 produced ever.
And it was a spectacular build. When I went and saw the car for the first time, you know, we've seen these before, but this build and the amount of carbon, but the car was like brand new.
Right, absolutely.
For the miles that were on it, it's not that many, but you couldn't see one road chip. It was just perfect.
It's perfect, and I'd be nervous to drive it. Would you want to drive it?
Yes.
It keeps going. So he parted with Lamborghini because he wanted to do more with carbon fiber. He started his own company in the early 90s, came out with the Zonda first. Now we're at over $2 million. The Huayra came next. That's where this beautiful carbon fiber body is born from. You can see the beautiful weave here in the blue. And the details on this car are just incredible. The engine is from AMG, specially built in Germany by AMG Mercedes and built in Italy. Currently now $2.7 million. But you go around and look at all the details. This car is just incredible. There's no plastics. It's all titanium, carbon fiber. Every little detail is just incredible quality.
Now think about this. The original sticker, the base sticker for this car would have been $1.3 million. But with the factory options they put on this, they added another $225,000 to the base price. And now look how far we are above that price.
The doors also go up a la Gullwing, and look at this incredible interior here with the exposed shifter, all the mechanisms as you can see. And where are we at now? $2.9 million. Will it reach $3 million? You can see the incredible instrument cluster, all in machine metal, along with carbon fiber and leather. And here is Horacio Pagani's signature on the passenger airbag. Just look at the details.
Now, this car does have a reserve. Very rare that it happens at Barrett-Jackson, but this is one of the cars here at Barrett-Jackson that has a reserve, meaning it has to meet a certain minimum that Barrett-Jackson, together with the consignor, have come up with. And it looks like it met it at $2.9 million. It has been sold here at Barrett-Jackson. What a top sale for a Pagani Huayra from 2016.
Thanks for checking out our top 10 highest sellers presented by CRC Industries from Barrett-Jackson's 2026 Palm Beach auction.
And click here to watch more auction action all the time. I think it's here. Or is it here? Click both.